28 GT4 cars thundering around Road America in a 15-minute sprint race with some of the most fantastic battling and epic final laps I've ever had on iRacing. So strap yourself in, let's get down to the race start. Okay then, we're getting ready to go green here then. As we climb the hill, I've qualified in 7th position, but I'm deliberately giving myself just a little bit of space up ahead. That probably means I'm going to lose 1 position to Flavien Lafitte in the Falcon Porsche there, just up ahead of me on the left, but I'm deliberately giving myself just a little bit more leeway into T1, some space in order to operate safely in and give myself plenty of time to react if anybody gets it wrong up ahead. And look at that, I've got a better launch from T1. I'm going to be down the inside of Lafitte and I'm going to reclaim 7th position straight away through the right-hander and hopefully get better drive as well down the back straight here. Really crucial part of the race this, because in T1 and especially as we bomb down this back straight into T3, things can go wrong very, very quickly. But I'm optimistic that I've got enough time and space here to just see what's going on up ahead as cars look to vie for position here. Oh, but I've got a dive bomb down my inside. That's Drew Nichols, and I just saw him in time in my rear view mirror there. He's still down my inside here. I'm not going to be able to fight it on the inside. And there's more carnage up ahead. Drivers off on the runoff area to the right hand side. That's Howard Hassan rejoining in the Rocket Mercedes there, and he's lost it under acceleration through the right-hander. Clearly his tyres still red hot from that action that we just saw before in the previous corner. And look at that, Drew Nichols not hanging around at all. He barges Raul Gutierrez off through the corner there, and he is up into the podium positions, I think, or if not quite the podium, certainly he's made a number of positions off the start as we come through the carousel for the first time. And I am closing in on the rear wing of Gutierrez here, but you really don't want to go side by side through the right-hand kink here, so I just back off slightly. Try not to run it out wide. You've got to remember, cold tyres, cold brakes on this opening lap, but it's such a high speed lap here at Road America that encourages you to push as hard as you can. To be honest, we've lost positions, we've gained positions. I'm not entirely sure where we're running at the moment, but I am still keeping in touch with Gutierrez and Nichols up ahead, and I've got Matthias Dijkman behind me as we come up the hill and then heading into the final corner of this first lap, and it looks as if we're going to get through cleanly here, not under too much pressure from behind either. In fact, we get a better exit from the final corner. I'm going to be nicely in Gutierrez's draft as we come up the hill here to finish lap 1 here at Road America, and we'll see as the standings update exactly where we're sitting after what was a fast and frenetic opening lap. And in actual fact, we're up into 6th position, so that's good. We've gained a place off our starting grid slot. We come through T1 once again then. Oh, but I get a snap of oversteer there as we come through the corner. That is going to put me under pressure from Dijkman behind. As we head into T2, he's down my inside, and I'm not really going to be able to defend that. And in fact, Lafitte is having a look too as he comes through the corner there on my inside too, but I'm able to hold him off. Let's take a look back then at that opening lap action. There's the dive bomb from Nichols. In fairness, he keeps it within track parameters, but he does give me a nudge out wide. We're briefly 3 wide, but thankfully we don't all come together. This is Hassan then getting barged out the way there on the outside of the corner. That then is going to cost him big time as he tries to recover through the next corner, clips the curb and then spins the car, and actually is in the end comes together with a Mercedes coming through there as well. We rejoin just later on lap 2 then, so not much time has elapsed, and the fighting is absolutely frenetic as again Lafitte is putting me under pressure down the inside, and I closed right in on Dijkman's rear wing, but in the end we all got through unscathed and we're into the carousel once more. You can almost hear your tyres screaming in pain as you try and carry as much momentum through, and I get it very slightly wrong there, just running it out too wide, too keen on the accelerator on the slightly wrong line, and again through the right hand kink I'm very close to running it out wide, all of which has given Lafitte the initiative. He's closing in. I'm going to have to take an early defensive line, force him around the outside, spot my braking and then hug to the apex, and Lafitte is right away past me into the braking zone, but there's no way around the outside there as he finds out. Let's take another look on this replay then, and you can see although he was a nose ahead, ultimately couldn't get the car slowed down and was out onto the gravel. We resume then at the end of lap 3, so the end of the following lap. Look at what's going on in the TV camera though. This is one of the drivers up ahead on road here, and he's going to get out onto the curbs and spin it. So he is around, that's Martin Eberhardt, and that is going to be another position gained. We're going to be up into the top 6 then, as things stand. We rejoin then just a few laps later, and the battling is intense up ahead of us. That's allowing me to stay in touch with what I think are quicker drivers, and we're holding Lafitte behind just 0.6 seconds the gap to the Porsche driver. Side by side up ahead, Gutierrez and Dijkman. This has been going on for a little while now, and I'm not sure that it can have a happy ending. They're fighting so hard with one another, and I'm doing my best just to keep my lap times in the low 2:17s. I'm going to need to get them down into the 16s if I'm going to get past these guys up ahead as we head now down to T3 once again. Oh, but they've come together. A huge shunt. Both drivers off into the barrier, and thankfully they've cleared the corner by the time I arrive. There we go then, 2 positions gained in a massive accident between the two. Oh, and it looks like Gutierrez thinks he's clear of Dijkman, tries to resume the racing line there, but he wasn't, and they clip together, and that causes an absolutely massive shunt, and they're both off and actually effectively out of the race. We rejoin then on lap 6. There's probably only another full lap to go after this one. Of course, we started the race in 7th position. We're now up into 4th. I have not had the pace ultimately to keep tight with Drew Nichols, and Flavien Lafitte is fancying a move now, and oh, look at that, I'm beginning to struggle with the car. I'm feeling the pressure a bit from the Porsche driver behind, and I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to hold on through this final lap in order to secure 4th position. It would be a very good finish for me, but I'm slightly hot into the final corner, and again I've ran it out wide. I'm up on the curbing. Thankfully I don't spin as we saw Eberhardt do earlier in the race, but look in my rear view mirror, and now actually alongside me on track, Lafitte is going to make this pass stick on the straight. The white flag is being waved. We're going to have one more racing lap, and I've lost 4th position. I've thrown it away with just a lap to go. I'm going to have to try and fight to get this position back here with just one more lap to go. But look in my rear view mirror, and you'll see Tobias Venklovas in the Mercedes. It's going to be a 3-way fight for 4th position. I show to the inside, not really with a chance of getting down the inside, but just to try and put Lafitte off there. Through T2, I'm going to be nicely tucked into his slipstream here, down the big back straight. This is all going to come down to the tight left-hander at the bottom of the hill you fancy. I'm closing right in. I'm going to come to the inside. Lafitte doesn't defend the position here. As long as I can get the car slowed down and turned in, this position should be mine. I'm able to keep to the curbing. Lafitte's lost another position. Venklovas is through, and actually he's got the initiative on me too. He's got his nose down the inside. I can't defend it. He's gone in way too deep. Oh, but there's contact behind as well. Lafitte is off into the barrier. He tried to get down my inside too. I don't think I closed the door, but we'll see on a replay in a moment. For now, I've gained a position and then lost it straight away to Venklovas. So I'm now going to try and reclaim 4th position from him as we come through the left-hander. He's lost it. He got a snap of oversteer. He had to get on the brakes, and I've been able to squeeze past again. Unbelievable drama on this final lap. I am now back up into 4th position, but Venklovas is still just 0.2 seconds behind me, and I've got a number of tricky corners still just to keep my composure through and hold on to this position. He's faster than I am through the kink. Look at the closing speed in my rear view mirror. Again, I'm going to have to go defensive here and try and force him around the outside. He's closing right in. I'm heavy on the brakes. I'm going to get to the apex first. He is running out wide, perhaps a small lockup on the tyres, and hopefully that then is finally 4th place secured. What drama on the final lap. A 3-way battle there. I feel bad for Lafitte, who ended up in the wall. We will check back and see exactly what played out there. Oh, I'm still running a little bit wide on the final corner, but I think I've got the gap back to Venklovas. It's still within half a second, but we climb the hill. The finish line cannot come soon enough for me, and I managed to get over it in 4th position. Wow, what a race that was. Really intense in the cockpit. Let's take a look back at the action then. from that final lap. You can see me there running out wide on the final corner of the penultimate lap. That then gives Lafitte all the initiative he needs to get down my inside on the home straight. That then means he's ahead of me into T1, and look at the pressure we're both coming under from Venklavas behind. I managed to get down the inside into T3 on the final lap. Venklavas, very opportunistic, gets down the inside of Lafitte too, and then I think essentially Lafitte is trying to follow Venklavas through on the inside. I'm not sure there was ever really room there. We'll take another look back at that to just see whether I did give him a squeeze. He came from a long way back. I'm not sure I can really be expected to anticipate that. It's an unfortunate one. Lafitte raced very well throughout the entire race, very calm and measured, so I think it's just got to go down as a racing incident. And there's Venklavas getting that snap of oversteer, and I was able to grab the position back. And here's the final classified results then. One of my favourite races of the season, and ultimately one of my favourite series on iRacing right now. And if you enjoyed this race video, I really encourage you to check out the one that's on screen now. It's another belter.